What's up everyone, WizardKen here with another Xbox 360 World of Tanks. Now today we're going to be talking about that new premium tank, the AT-15A, and whether you should buy it or not. Now of course guys, I've only had this for a couple days because it just came out, but I know enough about the tank that I can give you at least my opinion of it. Some other people might say differently, but I'm going to sum it up to you in one word: is crap. I'm sorry. I was gonna give it a mixed review, but the thing is after playing it today and playing it some other times, I have really disliked this tank, at least for the amount of gold that you have to pay for this thing. Now let's talk about this tank. First of all, when we compare like premium tanks to regular tanks like we did with the JagTiger 8.8, yes, the JagTiger 8.8 did not have as big of a gun as the regular JagTiger, but the penetration made up for that and the quickness of the shots. Plus it can also handle its tier that it's in. The AT-15A unfortunately I feel like is more like a tier 6 tank than a tier 7. Also, it can be tiered up to tier 9, which really sucks for this tank because it does suck on a lot of things, and we're going to talk about them right now. Now let's go into packages real quick before we even look at the front of this tank and all this and that, and me tell you the weaknesses and stuff like that. The only benefit of this tank so far is the way it's designed is like the AT-15. So that's a neat feature. It's not like the AT-7 that screws you over, which is the same tier as this one. But we're going to put those two together right after we're done talking about the ins and outs of this tank right now. Right now, this thing has 850 health points, which is a lot less than the, I think, 1,250 on the AT-7. And we'll go over the AT-7 stats, okay? When we're done looking at this one. So right now, let's look at this. Right now we have 850 health points. You guys don't see it, but I do have it. I've looked up the health points on this thing, and that's how much health points it is. You've got a 13.9 reload, which is actually worse than the AT-7. AT-7 actually does quicker, and we'll talk about that. The penetration and damage is even worse than the AT-7 because the pen's only 171, where I think the AT-7 gun, the bigger one, can actually do 200 or something like that. Anyways, the damage is only 150. This thing is slow. It goes 26, which or 24, which is majority of what these tanks do anyways. Most of these British tank destroyers do. But I'm going to go over the stats real quick of the AT-7, just so you guys know the comparison of this. I think really, like I said, is I'm pissed off about this tank because of how much it was for such a crappy tank, like for what you got from it. I could have spent my money on other things. Now, the AT-7 has 1,250 hit points, where this one, like I said, had 850. The hull armor on this thing, and that was one thing I forgot to mention too. The hull armor on this thing is 203, and I believe, let me check it real quick, the AT-15 is even less than that, but I'm not. No, the hull armor is a little bit stronger, 228. So that's the other benefits of the AT-15A. It's 228 in the front. But that's not enough to really make me feel like this tank is amazing. Let's see. The top gun on the AT-7 does 230 damage. This does only 150. The penetration on the AT-7 with the biggest gun is 226. This is only 171. And the rate of fire is well, apparently the rate of fire on the AT-7 is less than this, but it's only by 3 rounds. But the thing is this thing, the AT-7 clearly does more damage than and penetration than this thing does. I have used this thing multiple times, the AT-15A, and I have ricocheted after ricocheted after ricocheted with a lot of these tanks, and it pisses me off a lot. Because even their lower plates I'm ricocheting a lot of this stuff. So it's not the greatest tank in the world. Like I said, they do not. I really feel like this was a waste of money. But of course, I bought it just to show you guys what this tank is about and stuff like that. Now, hopefully I can get the pictures for this thing. But basically, if you draw a line from where the gun is, from like the lower plate all the way up the tank, kind of to the top of the, that is all weak spots. You can pen there all the time if you wanted to, pretty much. Of course, the sides of the turret are completely, you could pen those. That little gun mantlet up there on the side of the gun, just right of it, not on the very top, but right on the side, that's a weak spot. Of course, the hatch on the top is a terrible sore thumb. I mean, it's not as big as some of those out there, but it is still a sore thumb. Don't even get me started on the sides. The sides are just as terrible, and the back is pretty bad. So even though this thing has a little bit more armor than the AT-7, the lack of gun and pen and, you know, just damage, everything all around has completely just turned me off on this tank. I think it's crappy. I would tell you guys this, it's not even worth doing silver with. This is not a tank that's worth even making silver at all. It's a very crappy tank in that sense. So yeah, I'm not very happy with it at all. But I'm glad at least I could tell you guys about it, and at least you guys know how the tank is. Now I'm going to take this thing out for one spin, and that's it. I'm not going to do like this massive fucking multiple videos on this tank. Now if you guys like this tank, that's your own thing. That's cool. I'm not against you guys on using it. Everybody has their own preference. I'm just looking at this tank purely at what it's able to do at the tier it's at, and especially getting tiered up to a tier 9, this thing is not a very good tank at all. So let's see what happens when we take it out. Alright guys, we're on Lakeville's standard battle, and let's see what we're going to be going against. Tier 8s, it's not, it could be worse. We could be going against tier 9s. So, but let's see what we can do with this tank. Like I said, it's got a good, the turret's the only thing good on it, like in the sense of being able to turn it left and right. You know, that's about it. Other than that, the rest of this tank I really hate. It is very slow and boggy, especially when you get into places like this where it's like a bog and you slow down to like 10 kilometers, 12. Woo, we're getting some speed there, guys. We might want to slow down. Wow, I am not gonna like this. Seriously, guys, like, nobody wants to help? Apparently not. Well, at least there's only one Artie, so I don't have to worry about tons of things, but it's still gonna be hard for me, because Artie is going to be a bitch to try to stay away no matter what. This slow ass tank, and you know, with this slow ass fucking with this slow ass mud that I have to go through, really sucks trying to stay away from Artie. You know, shoot and move. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. Probably gonna get killed with one hit with Artie. Knowing my luck. Well, let's see what we got playing with up here. I'm gonna be very scared. Let's see. This is what I do all the time, guys. I go up here, I look to see what's up here, and then I run away. There's the leopard. Awesome. There's the other leopard. Alright, so far, not doing too bad. I really don't want to be in this position. But apparently we have to be in this position to get rid of this guy. Come on. Just kill him. Oh my god, we gotta get out of here. That's what I mean. This is what I mean. Yes, the viewfinder. Everything's taking a hit. Nobody wants to help me out. Alright, let's see. Where did I get hit? Of course, like I said, in the gun. We got hit in that viewfinder up there. And yeah, the lower parts. So as you can see, you're still easily hurt. It's not like a hard tank to really take on. And look at this. I am shooting this guy right in the top, and it doesn't want to even be accurate. It's like every other shot. Now I'm gonna back away, be a smart tank destroyer, even though I'm one of those tank destroyers that should be able to handle a whole bunch of hits, because I'm the British, and they made like really seriously kick-ass tanks, but they might have been slow, but they're fucking beast. Yeah, I should be doing a lot better than this, and I'm not. And I might actually have to play this tank like a seriously crappy tank destroyer, like I do with the Waffle. But at least with the Waffle, it makes up for it with a big ass gun. See, that's the thing. Like the T-28, never gonna pin them. It doesn't matter if I try for the left or right. That turret is nasty. See, it's yellow every single time. Possibly a hit there, but the accuracy has to be there, and the accuracy is not there. So all we're gonna do is get our ass kicked and blown up. Stay back here and hope for the best. Maybe one of these times I might get him. God, I am lucky he is ricocheting. But one of these times he's not going to. Ah, fuck it. Let's go. Oh, we hit him! Yay! I have no idea where I hit him. No idea. And that's where the bullet comes and kills us. Wow. He is hitting... which part? Wow, he's hitting the wrong spots. Like, if he hit me right in the middle, he'd kill me. If he hit me right in the middle. Just like that. I saw that round. It looked like it hit right in the middle. Did it? I can't tell. I cannot tell. I don't know. It looked like it hit right in the middle. So. But anyways, guys, since the match is not over with, you could see how I did. Wasn't very good. I'm not even gonna stay to wait for the freaking results, just because it's it's very disappointing. All right, look, guys, if you want a decent tank, premium tanks, try some of the other ones. The T-26E4 was a nice one for me that I had the Freedom tank, or I still have. The Jag Tiger 8.8. I love the IS-6, even though it's not as good, but it's still better than this crap. At least it still has a big gun. What else? Just if you want, try Matilda. I don't know. I've heard the talk's pretty good and this and that, but this is not a silver building tank. I do not like it at all. It's not my style. But not just, it's not only because it's not my style, but it's also because that this fucking tank does not have a big enough gun for what it needs to be able to do at the tiers that it's playing at. Now, you pretty much have to be lucky to hit everything. Like that, T-28 prototype. How many times did I have to hit him? I had to hit him a bunch just to get one hit into him. So, yeah. And you can't spend time out there, especially when you have very, very little life. So, but anyways, guys, I'm WizardKen, cooking, barbecuing, and everything else on the back of this tank, because that's all it's worth. Until next time, see ya.